The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I can hear her heartbeat from 1,000 miles. Yeah, the heavens open every time she smiles. And when I come to her, that's where I belong. Yet I run into her like a river song. She gave me love, 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 love.
Hey guys, are we live? Hi guys, welcome to Cosmopolitans with Lauren. And I am so glad that y'all are joining me here tonight. It has been a rambunctious night. I can't tell you. I'm a little nervous. I'm filming y'all from the side. We have an exciting night, and if you're looking at this right now on my live feed, you should know that you can actually be listening to it on Armed Radio. I have got a new segment called Tea with Me. And do y'all know what Tea with Me is? Because Bart doesn't know what Tea with Me is. Tea is not Earl Grey. Tea is dishing dirt. And I don't like to dish dirt on anybody because I don't like to gossip. I'm a big non-gossiper. Don't laugh, Tess. I don't like to gossip about other people. I just like to gossip about me. So, Tess over the pond has cruised through all the questions that y'all send me, and she is going to ask me a question, 3 deep, dark, personal questions so that you can know a little bit more about me, because I'm still working on that book that y'all asked for. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So, Tess, are you there?
I'm right here.
How is it over there in the UK, honey?
Boring.
Why is
Not
it?
much is going on. No, I'm kidding. Prince Harry is about to get engaged.
And you know what? Can I move this thing? He's got engaged to He's gotten engaged to what? An American girl that has, you know what? I like Prince Harry. I always thought Prince Harry was cuter than Prince Charles, but that's just me. Do y'all see all the wires involved? Okay, well, we're going live, and I want everybody to be nice to us tonight. I can't read that from the distance. I want everybody to be nice to us because my producer had to leave early, and so we are working with the assistant producer that is her first night on. And
she's really cute, I've got to say.
She is cute. She's a cute little chicken. He actually bailed out before I thought he was. I thought he was going to hold on for Chili, but I hope that you're able to get to my...
I'm sorry.
Are you going to be able to get to Chili?
Chili? Who's
Yeah.
Chili?
Okay, well, we'll talk about that.
What's chili?
All right, first...
Is that American food that you guys have?
Yes, okay. Well, ask me your questions.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited. When I'm gonna be really personal here. So when did you realize that you wanted to get into fashion as much as you did? Because I knew at first you were an actress. For a while, when you were pretty young, you were a model, you were an actress, then you were a yoga instructor, then you you sold cell phones or something, and
God, Jesus, I've done everything, y'all.
I've
done everything but walk the streets. I'm just saying that.
And then you became a writer, and then you became a secretary, a law assistant, I'm sorry. A better word for it. So what in actuality was when did you realize you wanted to do fashion or get into fashion? When you're a girl, or are you just not going to talk to me? Or?
Oh, yeah, I'm actually texting somebody right now.
You're so rude.
No, I have always been in fashion. In fact, as a child, my family broke up very early, and it's one of my saga stories. But because of it, I just have always been a creative type person, and I've always loved fashion. I mean, I've always loved being creative. And younger, I didn't know how to express it, so I expressed it through fashion.
What did you wear in high school?
Oh, God. And see, my mom used to get mad at me because everybody here...
The real one or the by blood, or which one? I'm being honest.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, she would say, like, she would buy me all these preppy clothes because that's what was hip back then. I mean, where I'm from.
Define preppy.
Like, green corduroys with the pink post.
Oh,
Like, going to the Hamptons.
that's ghastly.
I know, going to the Hamptons. And here I am, everything in my closet's black and black leather, and
Literally, I can't see any color but like leopard and gold. It's just black, gold, leopard. That's literally
green and red.
I don't. Well, if it is, I must be colorblind because I don't see it.
Well, because you're not allowed into the full closet.
Okay.
Like
discrimination or
no, it's like when I have a date and yeah, we moved. I moved from this huge house after my divorce into a smaller house, and then I moved into an apartment. And I'm not used to it, but I lived into an apartments when I lived.
I think it's a nice apartment.
It's very nice. No, but I'm saying I lived in apartments in Los Angeles and New York, but I was married then, and I had kids. Now, like, you have a date, and they say, "Can I use your bathroom?" Well, once they go into your bathroom, they're having to walk through your bedroom.
Yeah, okay.
They have access to. You don't have a powder bath. I'm from the South.
Okay.
We're from the South. We like the powder bathrooms.
Next question.
Okay, sorry. There I am. It's ADD setting in.
So, who influenced you when you were really young to just be who you are today? Like, is it a historical figure, someone you saw on the TV? Like, who did you aspire to be when you were younger? Like, maybe late teens or maybe like early childhood, like who really got to you and you were just like, oh, I'd be like that?
That's really a great question. And
I'm so smart.
I know, you really are. Guys, I have to say that as sad as this is to say,
I'm going to tell you who I think you aspire to. You look like an aspire to be afterwards. No, I want you to say it first.
Well, I think when you grow up in a certain culture from the South, we're expected, especially the affluent South, where everybody is country club and married and kids and sororities and stuff. I kind of
reserved. Yeah.
I didn't even think about what I wanted to do. I just did what was expected. I never actually ever sat down and thought, what do I want? What is it that I really, really want?
No, but you had to have someone you were like, I really want to be like that.
No, I really didn't.
Really?
I really didn't.
You didn't watch anybody on a movie and was like, oh, I hope.
Well, the Bionic Woman. I wanted to be Bionic.
Well, that's what?
Honey,
$6 million woman?
Yeah, I wanted to do her because I wanted to be able to jump and stuff. Or Charlie's Angels. I wanted to be a Charlie's Angel. Okay, well, there we go. Right. I probably wanted to be I wanted to be Farrah Fawcett. Yeah. But I wanted to...
God rest in peace her soul. She's such a beautiful actor.
Beautiful person.
Beautiful. They made a doll out of her. Did I tell you that? No.
Do you really have to share that? Because I probably had it.
Last question.
Uh-oh.
No, I have to tell you who. I think you really remind me of Elizabeth Taylor. Because I think we were talking about earlier today, and you really remind me of her.
Not actually physically.
Physically, too, yeah.
How?
Because your lashes and, like, the way you do your face and everything.
Oh, that's so sweet. And my, oh, yeah, she was very, I liked her because, just didn't give a damn. Yeah. I mean, she actually just spoke what she wanted to. I don't know. She's whispering something at me, and y'all...
I think we should go to commercial because...
No, that was Instagram. Somebody hit me up on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah.
Last question.
I thought that was the...
No.
Okay.
That was, the last question is very personal. Sorry, this have to be like a few feet away from
I was going to say, that sounds awfully... Yes?
Stop. Out of all the Southern culture, which is what you're most thankful for?
Manners.
That's what I think, too. Manners in your food's pretty good.
Well, our food is not so good because...
Can you can you take a step back from the mic? I'm feeling very invaded right now.
Because my voice sounds much better when I'm closer than when I'm back. But I agreed that I actually listened to my first show.
We are getting way off topic, so
okay, I'm sorry. Manners, and I will tell y'all a funny quick story, and I know that Chili's waiting on the other line, and I'm hoping that my assistant producer can get Chili on.
Hope she can too.
Anyway, I had my children when my daughter was an actress. We lived in Los Angeles, and actually, she got called into the principal. And I'm thinking, my kids don't do anything. Now, the kids she was in a school called School for Stars. So it was like she was there with,
Noah Cyrus.
Yeah, Molly Cyrus's little sister, Vanessa Hudgens, whatever. I don't know, all of them. And I'm thinking, Jesus, what did she do? I actually got called in because they were saying yes, ma'am, and no, sir, to the teachers, and they were deeply offended. And I was like, do you know how long that took me to culture the value of yes, to say thank you and yes, sir, and no, to me, Southern kindness and there's not a lot of that around here. No, but yes, knowing how to be polite. My definition of pure elegance and grace is making someone to feel comfortable, even if you're not comfortable with them. The hostess, or if you are with someone, you show your strength and your beauty by making others feel comfortable where they are in whatever setting they are.
Nice. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to ask you. Thank you for answering those 3 questions, and I will get back. I'm gonna let your producer take it from here.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really excited to have Chili on the line. And Chili, I love his last name, Fanzala. It sounds like Fonzie. I'll just say that. And he is a major producer, a major player. And Hey, Chili, are you there? It's Lauren from Cosmopolitans with Lauren.
What's going on, Lauren? Am I on right now?
You're on live. I just did my new segment called Tea with Me, where we get to ask me, like, you know what tea is. Like, these people that I work with are like, is it Earl Grey tea? Is it green tea? And I was like, no, tea is dishing dirt, people. But I don't want to dish dirt, so y'all can ask me whatever you want to ask me. So I just have my 3 questions that weren't that invasive. But how are you? All right, y'all know how I do things. Chili, first of all, I want you to introduce yourself and introduce yourself. Like, if you were in a play, what would you say? You would stand up in front of the audience and say what?
Hey, Romeo. Where art thou? Romeo.
No.
I'm Chili Fonzarelli. I'm a producer. Nothing too extraordinary, you know.
Oh, yeah, right.
I've been in the business for 22 years, and I love it. I love life. It's beautiful here, and I'm glad to be on your show.
Well, I'm glad that you're on my show, and he is actually not throwing any of his credits out. Now, tell me, okay, at age 19, you got started.
I would sound like a narcissist.
No, but we want you to be a narcissist. That's why you're on the show. No, you're not a narcissist, but this is the 1 hour of your life that you can be a narcissist, and we'll think it's cool. So I love the fact that you started at an early age, because that was just a question that I got that said, when did you know what you wanted to do? And I was like, it wasn't until I got divorced and lost all my money that I knew what I wanted to do. But at age 19, you were already bamming things out, right?
Yeah, I was making about $6,500 a week. Give me what you got for a pork chop. It was big. Where you from in the South?
From Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, you ever turn your radio on and you hear, where they at, girl? Where they at, girl?
Yes.
Where they at? Where they at? That was me. As a young clown.
Oh, my gosh.
Good.
So where did that come from? I
was working with this guy named FM. He was like a mentor to me. I really didn't know anything about the music business, and we wind up breaking off because he told me years later that Rap-A-Lot wanted to sign me, but I was working with him, so he told Rap-A-Lot that I was signed to him, and actually I wasn't signed to him at all. So we went our separate ways.
Have you found that in the business that a lot of people present things that's not real? That's disheartening, right? Especially at age 19. I mean, you're kind of still innocent at that point, right?
Yeah, I learned a lot, and that's why I tell people all the time, it's not you're successful the next day or that year. It takes a lot of time and learning the business, and it depends on how far you want to go. If you want to, sell your soul, and you got to excuse me because I have a cold. My daughter gave me a cold, and it's just really hitting me hard.
Yes, I'm sorry. Well, I would tell you, beside the point, go get some Advil cold and sinus. That's the only thing that works. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like, it depends on, some people will go to the extremities just to be popular, or, shoot a gun on camera, or, ridiculous things, and I just didn't choose that route. But I got at an age where I said, look, I learned about publishing, I learned about copyrights, I learned all the business. So why do you have to be in front of a camera now? Mm-hmm. And one of my closest neighbors up here, he makes millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he's never been in front of a camera. And I told him, I said, I want to be like you. I don't want to be in front of a camera, go to a show, and get shot at, for nothing. Mm-hmm. For a verse. So, it's like the music industry is a wonderful thing, but it's what you make of it. And you have to invest a lot of time into the music industry. Right now I'm working. While I'm talking to you, I'm working, Well,
I think that is really interesting, and I feel like that we have a lot in common, because the crazy thing is that I can remember the first two movies that I wrote. The producers were trying to get. It's just Instagram hit. We're laughing because my producer just bailed on us, and we've got an assistant producer in here, and so she doesn't realize how many Instagram hits and how many stuff. And every time the thing goes off, she's looking at me going, "Something wrong." Yeah, everything's fine. It's an Instagram hit. But they would always go, "Why don't you get in front of the camera? Do you want to?" And actually, one time, this one movie I had written about an autism child that we're filming at Dollywood, and they were like, "Well, do you want to sing one of the verses?" I was like, I would never be in front of the camera. I just wasn't comfortable at that point in my life. But now, guys, I have to admit, I love the camera because I love interacting with the public. So yeah, I mean, it's weird because sometimes people start out as actors and then they move into producing and directing, and they don't want to be in front of the camera, and then or are the people that start out behind the camera and go, I can actually move in front of the camera.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's kind of where what's weird about me is because all of a sudden I just was like, I love to be in front of the camera. Film me. You can put a camera in there and film me as long as I'm not in the shower. Just film me.
Oh my god.
well, I like the artistic thing. I love people who work with people with disabilities. I really do, because it shows their strength and their motivation and their will to move forward. I actually shot a reality show for a guy, Freddie. And I think my engineer, one of the greatest guys, Bernie Martinez, I got him from LA recording school, and he was just the most amazing engineer. But we all sat around and we said, hey, let's shoot Freddie, because I hired him and he had cerebral palsy. Mm-hmm. And at first I thought he was just this drunk hillbilly type of dude working in the studio. And when I got to know him, I pulled him to the side and said, hey, I know I'm hip. You see the Mercedes, you see guys out there drinking Hennessy or whatever, but you work for my company. You can't come in here drunk. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me and said, Chili, I'm not drunk. I was like, well, why are you doing the things that you're doing? And he was like, I have cerebral palsy. But you never asked me because you didn't care. And it's like, but he's an amazing engineer. He actually engineered a couple of projects I'm working on now.
Kate, this is supposed, Chili, because this calls Cosmopolitans with Lauren, and we're supposed to be sitting down chit-chatting, and that is a deep story, and I'm actually going to bounce off of that, but I have to give you a funny story off of that, because if me and you were sitting down having a drink together, I would do this. I actually got involved with someone. Are you looking over at me? My producer knows me for so long. I got involved with someone after the death of my boyfriend of 3 years that I was totally in love with. And I just wanted to get involved with somebody because I didn't want to have to deal with being emotional and all this other stuff. I had to do CPR on him for an extended period of time. It was a long, drawn-out deal. But I thought he had cerebral palsy. I kept looking at my kids, and I was like, and then I said, well, like, he would leave, and I would say, y'all, I think maybe we need to, like, set up a doctor's appointment, because I think he has cerebral palsy, or he has Lyme disease or something, and my kids are going, he's a drunk, and I was like, no, he's not, he doesn't drink, and they were like, he's a drunk, and I was like, no, he isn't. I went so far as to pull up, like, I had a doctor's appointment with Lyme disease and all this other stuff, and then my kids said, just go into your closet and look around, and I was like, okay, so I go in the closet and I look around, and in my shoes and stuff, there was vodka and stuff. So the point is that I was naive to the fact, here I'm thinking like, he's got cerebral palsy. I didn't realize he was drunk, so that's my funny story on that. Yeah. But in being that, I really appreciate the fact that you work with the special needs, because I'm a special needs teacher, and it's really difficult to find people that will understand that people with special needs have extraordinary talents. Because they lack in certain areas, they exceed in other ones, and it's typically artistically.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, when, he challenges my engineer, Fernie, he'll challenge him. Like I'll say, you hear this, what he's doing, this is music, this is beautiful. And he'll sit there, if he's there till the morning, till the sun comes up. He was like, I'm going to do a good job, Chili. And he was just touching, and I was like, I have to shoot this, because I don't know if anyone else would give him another opportunity like the opportunity I'm giving him. And I actually have one of the part series on YouTube. The show's called I'm Freddie, and you can put in Chili Fonzarelli, executive producer, and it'll pop up. And it's pretty funny, and I really love people, period, who believe in themselves and who make it through struggle. I'm like a tearjerker late night movie watcher. I'll sit by myself and just watch a movie that'll make me just tear up, and then I wake up in the morning, go to the office, and tear everybody a new one, And
so that's funny, isn't that? Because yeah. I'm like, I love you already. I'm in love with you. I'll be out there tomorrow. But stop. I am the same way. Like, I have been through really so much that is actually why I started Tea with Me, because people have this illusion of everything that's gone on, and I'm really not. And I want to be able to open up, but I don't know how to gradually say all the things that I've been through. But that's what makes people. I mean, that's what makes you an artist, because I love rappers. I love songwriters. I love playwrights that have actually struggled and able to relay their struggles onto songs or plays or something. And it's so much more beautiful than someone that actually just gets paid millions of dollars and was born with a silver spoon and can, push something out because they went to Harvard.
Exactly.
Movies.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Music, it's like when you break up with someone, what's the first thing that we do? We grab a bottle of wine or a bottle of bourbon or a bottle of vodka, and we play music. Mm-hmm. If we win a championship and we go home, you know, like the first thing we do is play music loud and say we are the champions. You know, music is a universal language that really touches the soul, and it puts us in the moment of peace and serenity. You know, that's why music is so powerful, you know, but we're being manipulated, and the industry is being tormented. You know, it's not like the days of old. You know, it's just not the same. So I chose to be a publisher, you know, an executive producer, because I didn't want to be in front of the camera. But I can write a really good show. I wrote a show called I Want an Oscar, and this is the truth, Lauren, since we're having tea.
Let's have tea.
Yeah. So the show is called I Want an Oscar, and I made it. I went through SAG. I talked to a lot of reps in SAG, got my certificate, so I could pitch it. Now, it was based on like people coming in, like it was like kind of like American Idol, but they had to read scripts. They had a certain amount of time to learn the scripts or whatever. It was just beautiful. They were in a wheel to find out if it was drama, comedy, thriller, action, you know, but whatever it was time. Bam. You know, and so they offered me that I had two major production companies offer me a deal on that. Now you're talking about I would say this was like 7 or 8 years ago. I had a brand new S-Class Mercedes on like $15,000 rims, and these guys sit me down at the table, and this is what they told me. They said, "We love your show. We'll give you $2,500 per episode, and we'll probably do 8 episodes." And I said $2,500. So $2,500. What is there any more zeros behind that? Is that the tax deduction? And so and I said, well, you know what? I've learned to take money on the back end. Being a producer, you get more if you take your publishing instead of taking a check up front. You know, so it was like I said, okay, that's fine. You know what they told me after that? They said, oh, and you can't be the creator of the show, and you can't be a producer of the show. We have Martin Spielberg, and his son is working on a project over there at TVT. And, you know, I was like, okay, so you guys are just going to take my project, take my name off of it, and run with it? And basically they were like, yeah, you know. But they said, this is what we'll do. After a couple of seasons, we'll let you produce another show and put your name on that. And that really hurt me, you know. But I learned later down the line, they do a lot of producers and writers like that, you know. A lot of people don't even know who really wrote Man Down.
Oh my God, honey. Can you just, did you put up a camera at my house? Because we're right in the middle of a lawsuit right now with the movie that I did. They're shooting in Africa. They're acting like I have nothing to do with this movie, and we have all the correspondence, all the contract, the file, the W-2s, everything. It is gnarly how badly they take advantage of people that really write. And I have actually, the things that I write, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're teeing it. I actually write things that mean something to me. Like I've had options to write other stuff, but I chose not to because I really like to write about things that mean something, and I feel like we're going to change things. And the people that are, oh God, how can I put this? How would I say this test? Not the Christian, or okay, I'm going to say the Christian industry that would say, we want you to write this. It was the worst industry as far as taking advantage of me, I found. And so it left a really bad taste in my mouth as far as that. But I know what you're saying is that, you know, when you're starting out, and that's why I was amazed when I kind of went through your stuff. I was like, you started out at age 19. Jesus, I wouldn't know I barely could dress myself at age 19. And here you are. And now let me ask you a question. totally fell off my chair. I actually have probably a bruised back, but that's a joke. 50 cents. Where did the 50 cent connection come in? And
I was at the studio, and I'm from Memphis, by the way, Memphis, Tennessee. And Young Buck, he's in G Unit, and I was kicking it with Young Buck, and we were working on some stuff, and he said, "Let me play that track for 50." And I was like, 50. That he was hot, and the
still is.
track is Bloodhound. It's called Bloodhound, and but I played the keys on it and threw the samples on the underlay. They went back and rearranged the drums, but Young Buck, a rapper named Young Buck in G Unit, he set that up for me. He actually said my name in the song too. And
he said your name in the song?
Yeah. So it's like I got paid. 50 was paying up front because he said he had to pay Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine had to pay such and such. It was like five different people had to get paid. So I think I got like $28,000 up there.
Oh my gosh! But you got to hung out with 50 Cent though, and what's
I'm not big on that. I've dated like
it's more like I think he's an amazing actor. Like it's so crazy that I live in the South, and y'all don't understand. Like my dad is like, I can't even describe to y'all my dad. But I'm in here before he comes in, and I'm sitting here taking notes and going over your bios and stuff like this. And he was trying to go over some stuff with me. I said, "Daddy, I'm trying to really get ready for the show." And he said, "Well, who you have on?" And I was going through it, and I said, 50. I said something about 50 Cent, and he goes, "Well, I know who 50 Cent is. Isn't that Empire?" And I was like, "Who are you?" I mean, like, I really think that somebody beamed him in as a Martian and sent him in here tonight, because the fact that my 80-year-old dad knew who 50 Cent was blew my mind. Right? And I have to say, Tess is here from the UK, and she is overwhelmingly excited and wants to ask questions, and normally she has never done this, but she is about to wet her pants, so I'm going to let her go in and ask you a question, if that's okay.
Let her rip.
Hi, I am so sorry. I just want to say I respect everything you do, and I think you're absolutely wonderful, and I think just like over the phone you sound just so like an awesome guy. So
oh my God, her face is blood red.
Sorry,
did you paint your face? Didn't you?
No, it's because I'm no offense, Lauren, but I'm in the younger generation that like sorry, but we really thrive off of new artists such as Childish Gambino, Logic, all those people who I think those are personally my favorite rappers. I don't like the ones who are repeating the same things.
I love Eminem. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone loves Eminem. It's an underdog story. How could you not love it?
Okay.
But
Well,
I just wanted to ask, what is your opinion now on like the same rappers? I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to diss anyone. But like, what do you think?
Young Thug.
No, I'm not saying any names, but like, you know what I mean? Like the rappers who just keep repeating the same like stuff about the same things, not really getting to the heart of like the issues and stuff they think about.
Well, that's
they're commercializing, is what you're probably trying to say.
Yeah, and
I'm signing 3 artists from Memphis. One a friend I went to high school with. I'm signing her son, and awesome. He's more like a J. Cole. His name is Garrett.
I love J. Cole, dude. He's so good. Okay, sorry, go on.
Okay. Well, I'll step out of the room real quick. No, I'm kidding.
I'm telling you that, like, I like to go hard rappers like on like a Nas, but a real street, it's like, I don't know, the simple stuff, we did that already. They got the style from Memphis. If you do your research and you look at like the music that they're doing now, and you go into Memphis underground, you heard all of that when I was 19.
Yeah, exactly.
Did all of it. And it's just the same old thing, and they're pushing it because they don't have talent.
Yeah.
They're pushing an agenda and not talent, and that's systematically destroying the African American community with drugs, guns, and
I absolutely believe that. They're not talking about like how hard they have worked to get up to this level. They're just talking about how much they're wasting it now by doing things that are corrupting their careers.
Exactly. And you got to think, like, okay, if you watch the average rap video right now, you got a 747.
Yeah.
You got jet.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 250,000 California Ferrari. You got a Bentley Mulsanne. You know, you got a Rolls Royce Phantom.
A bunch of strippers, yeah.
A bunch of strippers and a bunch of bubbly.
So where are you saving money at? So you're not even living for the day. You're living for the minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like you're not making that much money, and it's putting out a bad message, because you know the guy who works at McDonald's and he makes $250 a week. You know, he feels like, okay, I'm going to buy some Jordans, some Air Jeezys or whatever, and he spends $240 of his $250 on clothes, trying to be like the rappers.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, and we need to teach our new generation to save and you know, be. But I'm older now, so you know, but I was never like that.
But Tilly, I'm so glad you said that, because I think the first time that we taught, and this was one of my questions that I had, is like, when did I get into fashion? And I'm going to cop to it, guys. You know, there have been major times in my life where I could not afford the fashion. I do too. I'm a clothes hound. And there's been times in my life where I could not afford, and I think, Tess, that you can account for this because I was showing you some of the stuff that I did. I'm sorry.
You almost on the edge.
Let me finish. We looked at some of the stuff there were times in my life, you know, that I've struggled and I wanted certain things, I couldn't have them, and I adjusted what I wanted, but I've never been one to fit in the culture. Whenever all of a sudden everybody starts wearing it, like I had Uggs before everybody had Uggs, and I had certain outfits, you know, the leather pants before people liked leather. As soon as they get it, I'll never give up my leather pants. I don't like it anymore. But I've had to create my own designs because I couldn't afford what I wanted. And that's where I feel like people just go out and it's more about just commercial part of it. Like to say, oh, well, I went out and bought this at Saks Fifth Avenue, when really you could get it somewhere else, or you could just tweak it a little bit and it could be whatever. That's what artists do, people. Artists do not follow in line. Artists are not on an assembly line. We do not fall in like everybody else and go down the assembly line, buy what everybody buys, do what everybody does, eat what everybody...
Some people do, though.
Not artists, I don't think.
Some artists do. Some artists do. I'm
going to say if they're young and they're commercial, and I think Chili and I are older. You're a baby, so I'm not actually going to spank you after the show's over for interrupting me. Like you've had more airtime than your normal.
I appeal to some of the audience.
Okay, you're just saying. But as you're older, you kind of come into yourself, and being an artist, even if you're looking at Shakespeare and Socrates and Edgar Allan Poe, or anybody you want to look at in Austin, those are not assembly line people that stick into the norm. True artists have gone through things and they break from the norm to create beautiful things.
So true.
You know, it a lot of times it's that, like what I said, you know, I work with special needs kids. The autistic children that I have worked with in the past are so unbelievably creative, and the things that they paint and the things that they draw, I'm actually about to burst out in tears, are so unbelievable. I wish I could take it to publishers, because the normal people could not understand what is going through them, but because they look at people and they go, well, you know, they don't have on, you know, the typical outfit. They're not driving the pickup truck, or they're not driving the Mercedes or whatever. They're living their own life in their own pattern, and we all need to be respectful of that.
Yeah. That's what the world needs: more creative, more innovative people. You know, but my grandfather used to tell me all the time. He was like, "There's nothing new under the sun." You know, and I just looked at that and I was like, okay, so let me stop trying so hard to be incredibly different. Because when I was in London and I went to this was like 11, 12 years ago, and I went to a fashion show and I was like, who's going to wear this? Like it was so far out there, like one
Oh
ass,
yeah.
one butt cheek hanging out, and then it's like one,
Andy Warhol stuff, like, no, like, when Andy Warhol was hot, like, what the hell is up with that? I didn't
yeah,
get that.
yeah, it looks like Stevie Wonder had a pair of scissors in his hand and with some jeans and threw them and said, here you go, the Stevie Wonder fashion design, but. It's like I don't know. I'm not outlandish like way out there, but I respect it's eccentric people. I respect anybody's art, in the way that they are. But that's just too much for me. I love
Yeah, and I
fire.
agree with you. And I agree with you. Like, in saying that, I think that me and you are on the same wavelength, and we'll go on that topic in just a second. But I do think that a lot of people are looking for attention, so they'll go, like, they get a little bit and they go to the extremes to prove a point, like Andy Warhol. I don't get what the big deal was with him. They go to the extremes, and then you have people like, we all know I love Edgar Allan Poe, that actually went through stuff. So yeah, I agree with you. As long as
Yeah,
you're not commercializing yourself, as long as it's a true artist, like we are starving artists. I mean, I'm a starving
yeah,
artist. I'm always revamping myself and doing myself. I've had to come back. This is my second life because of my nasty divorce and losing everything, and I've had to redo everything. But there's a difference between, I know what you're saying, there's people out there that are like commercializing, and we as artists that have kind of actually worked our asses off to get where we are, kind of like, ah, gross. They just, they coupled under the bridge of, you have to do this, to rip your shirt off and sell a Coke, and you'll do great. But Chili and I want to work with Chili, guys, and I'm not going to say what, but he and I kind of on the same vibe. Are you feeling that, Chili, that we want to work
uh,
together?
yeah. We're definitely going to work on some projects because I need your expertise, and it's actually another Laura Martella. She has Gentleman Norman, a dog. She writes books, and she has like this beautiful, beautiful, well trained dog, and she's full of personality. So right now, I'm getting like the most craziest, stylish, opinionated people at a round table, and we're going to pitch it to the production company. That's all I'm going to say with that. But I know it's going to move forward. I definitely know it's going to move forward. Now, if you're willing to take $2,500,
Honey, I'll write for you, whatever. I just feel like that Chili and I were meant to be. It's like this movie that, okay, quit looking at me. Okay, I can't read when I'm on the air, so if no, nobody said anything to me. Okay, so I can't read when I'm on the air. FYI, people, don't send me messages. I'm in conversation. It's like this movie that I'm doing. The chances of me getting a movie after all these years, when I struggled as an actress and a model for so many years and never got anything, and all of a sudden it just came because I just was sitting there and I just happened to look at something, because everybody knows I get like 300 messages a day, and I rarely can answer all of them, but I just happened to get that and responded, and then we kind of correlated. Jessica and I started correlating back and forth, and it was kind of like a Chili moment. It was a Jessica moment too. I mean,
yeah,
Chili contacted me, and I was like, it was one of those things where I just responded, and then we just kind of blossomed off and things. And that's what I always want to tell people, is that don't give up. I mean, guys, we don't see. I had some girlfriends over here last night, and we were talking about all the stuff that I had been through, my divorce and the death of Sterling, and some other personal issues that I had going on, and I was feeling sorry for myself, and I said, I think that I went through that for a reason, and all these doors have opened up for a reason, and the reason is to help other people. And I'm in contact with the people that I'm with to move forward and to help other people. That's kind of my goal, right, Tess? Because I know you're dying to get on the air. So
no, I mean, I wanted to say that, I think that, what you're doing is so influential, and I just want to give you a big applaud to both of you.
Thank you.
For
Thank you very much.
no problem, just influencing the younger generation to think for themselves and have a backbone and actually do stuff that's going to help them instead of corrupting them, whether that's financially, drug-wise, crime-wise, whatever, So I just want to say thank you for that.
Until you have done some amazing things. He has not tried to act like a narcissist, but I mean, when I was going over your thing, and you've kind of downplayed your contribution to the music world and to the TV world.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I can do a really good job of being a narcissist. So I'll cut you off right now. This is about me.
Yeah, it's about you.
Yeah, so I produced with Dallas Austin. So I'm Pretty. That's when I first got to California. Derek and Tommy Organ, they played the bass and the drums over there at LaFace Records, and they liked me. I was young and just wild, the country boy. And so they took me into the studio and they were trying to find samples. So I actually found the sample for TLC's So I'm Pretty remix, and it was like the Don't Look Any Further. It was doom doom da doom 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 da doom.
Hey.
I put that Southern swag on it, boom, and they cut me a check. That's why I never went home. I thought, my grandfather, my mom, everybody, they said, you'll be back home in 3 years. You've never been anywhere. And I was like, if I do, who cares? I love Memphis. But every corner I turn, God bless me with a check. And it's like, and it's like you do have to humble yourself, and you do have to check yourself, and you do have to evaluate, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong to this person? Why am I deserving this karma? Because life is about karma, and life is about what you put out there. And life is about understanding. If you have to have a strong comprehension of life, period. If not, you're going to get caught up with the rest of the Joe Smalls. People try to get me to do music for them all the time. And I've been that person now. If it's on my heart and I truly feel like this person is in a bad situation and cannot afford a beat, I'll give them a beat. But you know what I tell people? Look, nobody gave me this equipment. My daughter cannot eat your words. She can't eat your promises. She can eat if you give me some money and I can go into the store and buy some food for her. And that's what I strongly believe in. The passion is not just about Chili D, Chili Farzarelli. The passion is for my securing a future for my family. So nothing is free. And I was blessed enough, and I get into arguments all the time with my buddies in Memphis. They were like, my mentor is a Jewish man. He took me on and he taught me the game. He taught me like, okay, this is how you do a movie. This is how you do that. And it's like, I never even knew what a Jewish person was besides Diary of Anne Frank. That's how country I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what the hell is that? A race? That's a race of people? And then they had to explain and break it down. And it was like, Chili, you really don't, they talk funny. You really don't know Jewish? I said, I know Diary of Anne Frank. We used to read it in school. That's all I know. I know the lady was in a basement.
It's the attic, love.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you're in the South, only thing you get caught up in the culture, you get caught up in the life, and when you venture out and go into other like California, I was like, wow, this is crazy.
That's exactly how Lauren felt, I think. And that's exactly what I do, because I came from England, and so I fly out here all the time. But I fly out to California mostly, and it is just so wonderful, like, to experience that outside life. Now, I want to ask you a quick question. Just, like,
Okay.
tell me where you see Lauren.
Are you grooming for my job?
Yes. Tell me where you see Lauren in 1 year, because I'm curious.
A year. I usually
Yeah.
do if she is not just a talker and she's a doer, I
Mhm.
see her being uh pretty successful.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I see.
now, Chili, you're going to have to come up with something better than that because she's just eyeballing me over the table because I told her we had plans. So come up with something better than
Oh
that.
yeah, but I'm not going to reveal the sauce. You
Okay.
know that. You know, if you, I'm not going to tell you the ingredients in my sauce. You know,
Oh, that's a good old son boy right there.
That
yeah.
is
So
so mean.
yeah.
I'm like, I ain't giving you this stuff. What do you want to know what I made for Thanksgiving? No, you can't have the ingredients.
We definitely are going to be shooting some pilots, though. I can tell you that. Definitely going to be shooting some pilots. You know, so I like checks. That's what I'm telling you. I like checks. So
And,
we're definitely going to pilot.
and I
We
like
got
chili. And I can make the best chili in the entire world.
yeah, well, you can be a doer. Let me tell you something. I'm a Southern boy. A lot of women tell me they can cook, but then it's like, I know real food, you know.
Okay, well, we're going to actually go with, I can actually say chili, as we're saying that. Tessa's known me for a really long time because when I lived in Los Angeles and I lived with Courtney and she dated an English guy and we had a bunch of English friends and she's actually the daughter of one of the English friends.
Hold on, Courtney Cox?
Yes. Poor Courtney.
Oh,
She has no idea. I text her something the other day. She has no idea she's on the air so much.
yeah.
But I was a great cook. When I came home, I married the doctor. I had my 3 stepkids and my 2 kids. I cooked dinners, Thanksgiving dinners for 15 people. I mean, I did everything. I hate to cook. Do I not now?
Oh my God.
It's like, you want food? If you're at my house, you need to walk down the street and grab the grocery store. I can cook.
Yeah.
No, I can
Well,
cook. It's just...
you have a juicer. I mean, that's cool if you have a juicer. 'Cause I like to juice.
Now, I literally have a grocery store next door. Like, literally, we walk down the street. Well, it's like New York. When we walk down the street, I go get sushi every night, and I have, like a protein shake. Like, well, I'm a big exercise fanatic, so I have a really strict diet of what I eat and what I don't eat, other than when my daughter went out of town and was gone for 24 hours. I ate every potato chip and every kind of bad food I could find because I was a nervous wreck. But yes, I'm a very health person. But yeah, I love to cook, but I just figured out when I got a divorce that all that I made, nobody ate it. It's no fun when you cook in the South and you cook a long time and nobody eats it. Like country fried steak. I was the best at country fried steak, but
I love country fried steak.
yeah.
Man.
And nobody eats it. I make country fried steak and mashed potatoes and fried green tomatoes and stuff like that. And it just sat there and I was like, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're just going to have to go over there and get some Stouffer's.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't they eat it? Did your turkey taste like a rubber top?
No. Do you know what they said to me? We like restaurant food. That's what they said.
And to be clear, this is her step-sibling. This is because I know I'm really good friends with your daughter, so I'm going to defend her. Julia, that's her daughter's name, doesn't like to eat her food because she doesn't care. Like, she really just, like, she'll make something and she'll be like, I really didn't ask for that, but,
I'll eat Lucky Charms out of the box. What do you want for dinner? Lucky Charms out of the box. Do you want milk with it? No, I just want it out of the...
I just want the marshmallows.
She just actually is one of those people that eats for just because you have to.
I continuously eat. No, I continuously eat like Julia too, so it's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't do that. I do that.
I love eating cereal out the box too. That was my thing. But
do you do it like in the middle of the night too?
Oh yeah, come on now.
Yeah, like it's 3 a.m. and I'll get a bowl of cereal and I'll fall asleep next to it. Yeah.
Did you?
I don't do bowls. I actually do a pot. I put it in a pot because
Hey, yeah, that's what you need. That's
Okay. Well,
and I use a salad spoon. You know,
Oh my, that's actually brilliant. I'm gonna do that when I get home.
it's like the Jolly Green Giant.
that's how you really go in. That's how you really go in. You don't have to get back up and pour in more cereal in the pot. It's all there. You know.
Did y'all see me on the elliptical today?
I did.
Did you see? That's from eating some like I ate past 9 o'clock. So apparently y'all's gene pool is where y'all can eat things at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh God, I hate people like you.
You know what helps you lose weight though? What I use, because a lot of people look at me and they say, "Man, you've been the same size." And sometimes I will gain. If I go home for a couple of months or whatever, I gain about 20 pounds. But I'll juice aloe gel. I have a
I love that.
yeah, and I get the gel, and the gel just drops the weight. Like cayenne with the oregano, all of that is good for getting the toxins out. But the aloe, I don't know what it is. It takes like 4 or 5 days to really hit, but when it hits, boom, you're just losing weight. I love aloe gel, and it revitalizes your system too, your intestines, all of that. It cleans your livers and kidneys. A lot of people don't like the way it tastes, but you just gotta mix it into something. But keep it at a pH balance when you mix it. But I love aloe.
I love aloe too. I love detox. We're going to go on that. But I'm not even going to say, because we're going to have William on next week, and it's like 1.5 million vitamin users on. He was going to be on tonight, but something happened. But I was really happy because Chile is so hip and so happening and we have become such good friends, I feel like, right? Do you feel like that? Are you just...
I'm dancing right now.
Okay, because you're going to have to say yes, we have become good friends, and even if you lie and hang up the phone and go, I was just lying, but I really feel a connection with you, so.
No, I feel like Chile's low-key, truthful.
I'm actually going to say that I think that that they're trying to hire Tess above me. Why are you talking the entire show? She loves you. Like, literally, she has a 10-minute segment, and she just keeps walking back in and going, I want to ask one more thing.
I love that. I love that.
But it was good. I like that she's your younger generation, and so she knew a lot of stuff that I didn't know. But I'm gonna have to sign up Chile, because guys, I cannot freaking read anything when I'm on the ears, but I do see when y'all are doing hand signals at me. So Chile, I'm gonna have to wind it up and tell you I want to thank you so much for being on the air. You have been a pleasure. You're gonna have to come back on again.
All right, thank you. And thanks for having me on, and you guys have a wonderful evening.
You too, love.
And I'm going to go to sleep listening to 50 Cent and try to hear your name and his record.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound.
I'm going to listen to Bloodhound tonight and think about you.
Oh my God!
No, I don't mean that. I mean, if you'd let me finish.
I'm a hound dog.
If you let me finish, I was gonna go to bed at night listening to that and eating a thing of Lucky Charms with a salad spoon. Okay, I'm wrapping it up.
In a pot.
All right, I love you, Chili. I'll text you later tomorrow and we'll catch up, okay?
All right, for sure. Have a good one.
You too, babe.
Peace.
Okay, guys, I want to say thank you from Cosmopolitans with Lauren. We really had a great show. I'm really happy about it, and just text me any questions that you have. And it was a full show, right? With 2 people, it really went well. So y'all have a great night, and am I cutting back to you, Jimmy, or do I have another minute to say? Next show, we are going to have... we don't know. We don't know if I'm going to be on the set of The Possession in New Orleans. I'm really hoping, Sean Anthony, if you're listening to this, the director, that I'm going to be on the set next week, and I can do the show from the set and interviews, stuff. We could do stuff live. If I'm not on the set, we're going to have the Vitamin Guy, and we're going to have another serious topic. We're going to talk about women that have to deal with sexual harassment in the workforce. I'm actually going to do like a, what do you call it? A Tess like left the room. She's like, okay, there's no more hip hop stuff going on. I've left the room. I'm actually going to do a 2020 kind of thing where we're going to investigate how difficult it is with women in sexual harassment, and men go through sexual harassment too. So we're going to investigate that area. I know I've had some kind of encounters with that, and it makes it very uncomfortable. I've had to quit two jobs because of it. So that's something that touches all of us. I hope all of y'all, wish y'all all well tonight, and y'all, thank you so much. Please go to Cosmopolitans with Lauren on Facebook or Armed Radio. If you go to Armed Radio or Cosmopolitans with Lauren or Lauren Damage on Facebook, you click on the link and you will see where to go. All right, guys, love y'all. Mwah. Kisses.
Yet I run into her like a river song. She gave me love, 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 love. She gave me love, 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 love.